pageantry on a whole is an amazing experience. So all the young girls that want to go out and do pageantry, definitely go for pageantry. Any young girl that's thinking about it, I'd say sign up and go for it. Don't think too much. Have confidence and give yourself grace. A lot of times we want to be perfect when we start something. Even me, I struggled with that a little bit when I was doing the Miss Uganda process, but I had to remember to give myself grace and be able to know that this is a learning process. It's a journey. We're living life. It's a journey through life. So everything that you're doing, give yourself the grace and the courage to be able to go for it. Take it one step at a time. Everybody be able to learn a vocational skill. I think it's something that everyone should have, because you can always fall back on your vocational skill. No one can take it away from you. So even if you have your degree, I'm an advocate for education as well. But I think vocational skills should always be something that you have on the side. So if you don't get a job straight away, or if you even just want to explore your creativity, you can have that vocational skill.
Mimi dia kwoli amanya kalumu na mutebe yotu wakolede no mu bagagga. Tuli wa wano muzeyi. Emanyiyo. Tuli twavudde wawo naawe. Tuli eno Entebbe ku airport. Je twatadde amakanda tuli mbagagga beerere naye leero interview ya leero agikola n'abawuliriza mwesibe ebbiri ya luzungu. Embogo wejjidde buffalo totereza gwe weyongereyo gweyongezi ogamba oli ku mwana wako kitegedde naye nga tulinde Miss Uganda UK ati oluzungu alutandikire wano. Hi.
Hello, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
I'm good. Yeah.
What's your name?
My name is Faith Rusoke. Yes.
Faith Rusoke.
I'm a Mutoro. Yes.
Do you know some Rutoro?
I know a little bit. I know how to greet. Do you know how to greet in Rutoro? No? Okay. So I would ask you Empako Yahweh, which is like, what is your pet name? So what's your Empako, essentially? So then after you, I'd give you, okay, let's say Akiki. Yeah? So I'd ask you Empako Yahweh, then you tell me Akiki. Then you ask me Empako Yahweh, I'll tell you Aboli.
Hey.
Yeah? And then I'll say Oliotia Akiki, then you say Kurungi. And then we can stop there. You can ask me the same thing. Then I say Kurungi. That's how it works. Yeah.
Not just a little bit of Rutoro.
A little bit. But I'm still learning. Yeah. So since I've been here, I've been picking up more words. We went to the Toro Kingdom, so I saw how they give Impakos. So you see the name I just gave you. If you went to the kingdom, they'll give you a whole ceremony. They'll give you your name. So that's how it works. Yeah.
Mukitegedde. Tugenda kola mix Luganda, Luzungu Lutolo, Luganda Lutolo. Abadda ali mu kugezaako okunnyonnyola abamanyi Olutolo engeri gye babuuzaamu. Manyiko ebimu mbiwulira naye simanyi byogera. Naye nga mbiwulira Olutolo ndiwulira naye simanyi lwogera. Ge mazima kati abadde abagamba engeri gye babuuzaamu Olutolo ky'omuddamu agambye abiyiga mpola mpola era ne kutuwa babaddeko yettolo. Tell us about you as a person.
So my name is Faith Rusoke. I'm Miss Uganda UK. I have 2 siblings. I'm actually the only girl. I have 2 brothers either side. So one brother before me, one brother after me. So doing pageantry was actually different because I've grown up in tracksuits. This was my attire for my whole life, wearing a tracksuit. So doing pageantry, I was able to learn to be more feminine, wear heels and all of that. So it was nice. I'm 24. I work in the property industry and I'm here in Uganda advocating for vocational skills, and I've chosen vocational skills because I believe everybody should have one. Do you have a vocational skill? Do you know what vocational skills are, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you have a vocational skill? What's your vocational skill?
I know how to plaiting the hair.
Flat hair?
Yeah.
Could you do like braids long like this?
I can.
Is it? Okay, next time I'll come to you.
I'm not professional.
You can try. I'll allow you to practice on me. Next time I'll come. Yeah. But so vocational skills, that's why I'm here. To basically encourage people to learn a vocational skill and speak about the importance of vocational skills. Because like in COVID, some people lost their jobs. So different situations like that. If somebody has a vocational skill, they can always make money and always have financial stability, basically.
Where do you live?
Oh, I live in London, North London, and I live with my mum, dad, and my brothers. And yeah, we all stay in London, but then my Jaja, she lives here in Hoima. Yes.
You get some time and come and visit your Jaja.
Yeah, I just visited her. I was in Hoima a few days ago actually. So that was really nice. And in 2022, I came twice. Last year I didn't come because of the show. That took a lot of time. But yeah, I tried to come back and I'm going to keep coming back more often. Even now, I have another trip planned. So I'm going to be here more often. So I'm going to be picking up more rhetorical and learning the culture. Yeah.
Where do you get the inspiration to contest in Miss Uganda UK?
Um, my parents were the ones that actually encouraged me first, and then I went to the show to actually see what it's about because I wasn't fully convinced. So then once, because like I said, I was more of a tomboy. I was always wearing tracksuits, trainers, football. I was always in the field doing something. I never wore heels. My auntie and my mum, they're always like, "Why don't you put on heels?" But that was just never me. So yes, I was always in trainers. So once they told me that, I wasn't convinced. But when I went to the actual show, I saw the way that the girls carried themselves and I liked the way that they looked, like the dresses and all of that sort of stuff. So once I watched it, I was like, okay, this is something I could do and I'd actually enjoy it. So yeah, that's when I signed up. So I was convinced as soon as I watched it. Yeah.
Apart from your parents who pushed you to involve in Miss Uganda UK, your friends supported you.
Yeah, my friends supported me a lot, even in the beginning of the whole process, because it's about 3 months. I told them quite early on, and they were very encouraging. They actually believed in me more than I believed in myself, which is actually really nice. So, yes, they were really pushing me. They came to the show, they were excited. So, yeah, I've had a lot of support.
How was the journey as a Miss Uganda UK?
The journey was long, but it was fun. So it was 3 months, like I said, and then every week we'd do rehearsals. So we'd come in, and for me, actually, the hardest part was the dance because I don't like to dance. I'm not the best at dancing, but now I've got more used to it. In fact, when I go to schools, a lot of time I'm dancing with the students, so now I like it. I'm not good, but I like it. So yeah, so for me, the challenge was doing the dance. So when we first got in, like the second week, we started learning the dances. So for me, that was a bit of a challenge. But the whole process was enjoyable. I made my creative wear, which was a big part of the journey for me. A lot of times I'd stay up quite late at night after work. I'd make my outfit. So it was really enjoyable. And because I like to create, so it was just really flowing and I loved it. So yeah, meeting all the girls, that was good. We did a fashion show. So that was the first time I was on stage. I loved that. So yeah, I did so many different things that I didn't expect, but it was enjoyable.
If we talk about the boot camps, what were the challenges?
The challenges was learning to dance, like I said. We're learning to walk in heels as well because it's not just walking straight. You have to really move your hips, which I didn't expect. They really want you to sway your hips like this. So me, I was walking straight, but after a while, I got into the swing of it and I got into the flow. So yeah, so walking in heels, also the way that you stand, the way you present yourself, making sure you smile 24/7. You can't drop that smile on stage. So making sure you do that, and also your speeches. So practicing your speeches and going to the team and making sure that your speech makes sense and you're able to get your message across. That's what I would say the challenges were. But overall, it was definitely an interesting and exciting process. So the challenges I didn't find difficult. They were just a part of the journey.
With the question,
So if we had two speeches, we had the creative wear and also the evening wear, which is why you should be crowned Miss Uganda UK. For the first speech, which is creative wear, I wanted to finish my creative wear first to see what I would want to speak about. So I had an idea. I knew I wanted it to be sustainable. I knew I wanted it to be about the crested crane and about love. So once I had finished my creative wear, and because I made it myself, I was able to break down the different aspects of the outfit and why I chose it. So for me, it had a lot of meaning. So as I went through making the outfit, I had a reason behind every part that I made. So once it was time for the speech, I just had to make sure that I got that message across clearly. And then for evening wear, we only had 2 weeks to prepare the evening wear speech. So we were given the question 2 weeks before the show. And then from there, I panicked a little bit. I was thinking, is 2 weeks really enough time? Because I was thinking, why didn't you tell us this in the beginning? But we had 2 weeks. I was like, okay. So once we got that, of course, I have to explain why I want to be crowned Miss Uganda UK, what I'm going to be doing. So I knew I wanted to do vocational skills. So it was basically explaining vocational skills and why I've chosen vocational skills. So I spoke about why I'd like I think young people should have vocational skills and the benefits it can have. And also for me, my journey was an important part of the process, which I also wanted to speak about in the speech, because I feel like that journey prepared me to be able to go on to do the work that I'm doing now. So in that speech, I also explained how I started the journey and how I've grown throughout the process. And yes, I explained that on stage and I think it went well. Yeah.
Talking about the dress code, are you the one who chosen?
So we had 4 rounds. The first round, the outfit was chosen for us, which was the dance. And then swim, where we was just told it has to be red. And we had like we had an option to have a white tie around our waist just for like to cover up. So that was the 2 dress codes there. Then also for creative wear, we was just told be creative. So there was no restrictions, which I really liked. So I was able to just go wild and do whatever I wanted. And then evening wear, of course, it has to be sparkly. We all know what pageants are like. But the other rule that was quite interesting was the shoes. So we had to have a certain height of shoes, and it was really high. So at the beginning, I wasn't sure. I was a bit wobbly, and I had to buy so many pairs to make sure I had the right shoe, because some of them didn't fit. But those were really the dress codes that we had. It was mainly shoes and the first 2 outfits. Everything else, we were free to do what we wanted. Actually, the hair as well, because you can see our crown is round. To make sure that the crown actually goes on your head on the night, everybody had to wear a bun. So they had to wear a bun. You could have it slicked up with your natural hair. You could have braids. So yeah, that was the only other dress code. Yeah.
After becoming the Miss Uganda UK, what challenges have you faced so far?
Since I'd say preparing the challenges I'm going to do at schools. So what I mean by challenges is I went into schools and I did, for example, a tailoring challenge where I engaged with the girls, and I set them a task to produce a garment. So whoever would win, they would get sponsorship. In fact, all of the girls were so good, we just gave them all sponsorship. So we split it up between them and we gave them some goodies. So being able to prepare what I'm going to do in the schools. And also my fundraiser event, I did a fundraiser event. So those were, I would say, the challenges. But it's been good. Yeah.
Talk about the tour you are on.
The tour has been amazing. It's actually coming to an end, which I'm so sad about. But I've been here in Tinda. I've been to Mukono. I've been to Hoima. Been to Fotpoto. So I've been around to some schools. I went to a school for agriculture and I was able to plant some spinach, which was really cool. And the students are amazing. A lot of times, like I said, we do dancing, which is really fun. So being able to get down with the students and dance, a lot of times they're better than me. So they actually show me how to dance. But it's really good. And then I went to another girls' school for tailoring. So I was able to speak there and engage with the students, as well as learning how to sign. So what letter does your name begin with?
C.
C. Okay, C. I don't remember. But because I learned sign language, yeah. So in one of the schools, we went to Salama School we went to Salome 256, which is for the deaf and hard of hearing. So they taught us how to sign. So I can sign you my name, yeah. So you go my name. No, it's my name is, yeah. And then so my name's Faith, yeah? So it's FAIT and then H. And then to do a space, you go like that. And then it's R for my surname. RUSOKE. So yes, I've been learning. But C, I don't remember. What's your surname?
Namutebi. Karo.
Okay, so N would be... Oh, C is like this. Okay, C is like this. So C, and then what's the next letter? A. So A would be like that. And then R would be this. O. L. I. N. I think N is like this, yeah. E. Okay, yes. So that would be your name in sign. Yes, I've been learning. It's been good. So even that we did the whole alphabet. I remember how to sign my name, which was cool. And then even going to the blind school, it was really nice. And the kids, they have so much joy and love to give. So my experience has been amazing. I went to Fotpoto Jackie, one of the team, she was given her own parkour. So seeing how the whole process works, obviously I'm a Matura, so I was given it from young. But if you're older, they can do a ceremony for you and you're given your own parkour. So I learned that. Also grinding millet. Have you ground millet on the stone before? Yeah, so I did that. They showed me the whole process and they explained how it's for marriage and the cultural processes and things like that. So it's been a good journey, amazing journey, yeah.
What next for you after that tour?
After the tour, after this, we're going to be doing the next round of girls. They're going to be coming in about a month or so. So meeting them and seeing how it's going to be and helping them through the journey as well. I'm going to have another trip back in August. So I'm looking forward to that and planning that. And then after I finish my whole reign, obviously continuing the work that I've been doing here now and looking into another pageant, I think I'd like to go again. I'm not sure which one, still deciding, but I think I'd like to go again. So you're going to see this face again.
Have you gained in being a Miss Uganda UK?
100%. The person that I was when I started and now are two different people. I learned how to walk in heels, even confidence, being able to speak and communicate with people. There's so many different things, even in the schools. Like at one school, I spoke in front of 1,000 girls. So the different experiences and learning so much, even about myself and what I enjoy and being able to give back. I've grown so much, which is why I love pageantry, and I definitely recommend pageantry to other girls. A lot of times, a lot of the questions I get is pageantry even still important? And I think it is still important. First of all, the girls are not there because of the way that they look. They're actually there because they're fighting for something. And even if the girl doesn't win, they grow so much as a person. If you put your all into it, everybody can grow. So even if you don't win a crown or a title, everybody wins. So I'd say pageantry 100% would recommend, and I loved it.
Talk about your finale day.
Okay, so in the morning, obviously I woke up. I actually slept well that night. I thought I wasn't going to be able to sleep because of the nerves, but I actually slept well. So I woke up fresh, which was good. And then I had some breakfast. Then the makeup artist came. So I had the makeup artist come to my house before the show, because I thought, let me get prepared and be as set as possible before I actually get to the event, just to keep myself calm. So the makeup artist came. My little cousin was there. She's 3 at the time, so she was there running around. The makeup artist did my makeup. It was cool. It was set, and the event was actually in South London, which is like an hour and a half away from where I live. So I was sort of, now the nerves was coming in. I was like, we need to get there on time. My dad was dropping me, so I was like, we need to get there on time. We can't be late. So then we went, and he was like, calm down. I was like, no, we need to be there on time. So we went there, and that was good. Didn't have to panic. But we got there. I was early. I was able to set up because I was basically the first one there, or first two. So we set up. I sat down. Because I was early, I had a lot of time just to see the space and see what the stage was like. So I was able to walk around, wonder, just settle in and feel the vibe of everything. So then after that, it was just a few hours of just wandering. And then now it was time. So the show time was coming. People were starting to come in. You start to see, I was like, oh my gosh, now the nerves was kicking in. But luckily I was able to practice the dance a little bit before we actually did it. So once the music starts, once the music began, I practiced the dance a little bit on stage, which was really nice. Yes, and then people start coming in. Now the nerves start picking up. But the good thing is, the first round, we was able to do a dance, and you're not judged on the dance. So you're just able to come in on stage with all of the girls and do your dance. And we practiced that dance a few times, and everyone was wearing all of their red outfits for the first time. So we hadn't seen everyone in uniform before. So it was so nice to see the red. We all looked good. So I was like, okay, it's going to be a good day. So we went on stage, we did the dance, and that was really good. Once we finished that, it was creative wear. So creative wear was the first round that we did, and it was actually my favorite round. For me, creative wear, because I made it myself, that's the one I was looking most forward to, and I made it really big. So I had like carnival. Yeah, so I had like carnival on my back. So it was like big feathers, like the whole way round. I had a long train. So I was like, if any round goes wrong, creative wear has to be my round. Yeah, so I went on stage and I was so excited because I made it and it was big and it had feathers. So I was like, okay, this is my round. So I went on and I actually did really well. I was happy with what I did on stage. So I left, and once I left that stage, I was like, okay, now the confidence kicked in. So I was really happy because I made it myself. The pride was there. Then the next round was swimwear, which was really nice. You don't speak. which was great. So we went on, we did our routines, we did it with a few girls. So we have three of us walk on at one point, then one, then we all come on together. So there was a lot of routines for that one, and that went really well as well. Then after that, it was evening wear. So that was now the final speech. And that was when now the nerves really started to kick in because it's much slower. So I went on, my song is slower. You really have to take in everything that's happening. Creative wear, my song was faster. I had carnival vibes. I was there on stage like this. But evening wear, now you have to go more slow, more elegant. And that's when you now see the whole audience and everyone's now sitting and watching. But luckily I was number 8. So I have time for everyone to finish and sort of calm down. But yes, I went on and it was really good. And at one point, the crowd started cheering in the middle of my speech. And that's when I really started panicking. I was like, please let me finish what I have to say because I didn't want to forget what I had to say. So yeah, so once they started cheering, I really started panicking. I was feeling nervous. I could feel the sweat. I was like, no, keep it cool. But I was able to get out all of what I had to say, which was really good. And the crowd seemed to love it. The judges seemed to really enjoy it as well. So once I finished that, now I was like, okay, my job is finished. Now it's up to the judges to decide whatever they need to do. So we went backstage, just chill. And then now it's time for all of us to come on stage. So now we all come on stage, we hold hands. It was so nice, but at the same time, it was sad because it's like now the whole journey's over because we've been doing it for 3 months and that's what I knew for the past 3 months, making my outfits, walking, rehearsals, getting to know the girls, and now it's like, oh, it's finished. So I was sad. I was like, it's all done now. But yeah, so we got on stage, we finished, we waited, and I actually got 3 awards. My main one, I was like, I have to get creative wear because I made it. I was like, if anything, I have to get creative wear. So luckily I got creative wear. I also got Miss Congeniality and evening wear. So I was like, okay, I think I had the most awards out of anybody. So once that finished, I was like, okay, but it's not done yet because now it's first princess, second princess, and queen. So now they announced the first princess. I'm like, okay, they haven't said my name. I'm still standing there. Now they've announced second princess, nothing. They announced first princess, nothing. I'm thinking, I have all these awards. Is it me? Is it not me? I'm thinking, no, you have to stay calm. And you don't know what happened. I don't know how these girls have done. So it could be anybody's game. So now I'm standing there. And then finally they say, number 8, Faith Rusoke. I was thinking, oh my gosh. I didn't know what to do. I just stood there. I was like this. People are thinking, like, can you move? Can you come out and say wave? But I didn't know what to think. So I was really excited. It was a good day. To be honest, didn't really kick in until way after. The high, like there was so much going on. Everyone comes on stage to congratulate you. It really set in like 3 days later. I was like, okay, I've actually won. Like people send you messages. I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, I did that. So it was only after about 3 days that I was like, yeah. So now I'm officially Miss Uganda UK. But the whole process was so enjoyable.
Tell us about your emotions after you realized that finally you were the queen.
Firstly, I felt pride. I was like, okay, so all the 3 months that I spent rehearsing actually paid off. So I felt pride. I felt excitement as well as to like what I had to do now for the next year. But at the same time, I realized now it's actually a responsibility and I've been given the crown and everything that I said that I wanted to do, I have to do now. So, and I have to deliver. So it was like, it was also being able to plan and being able to think now in the current situation that I'm in, because now it's not just Faith, now it's Miss Uganda UK. Now you have to be able to speak up for people and fight for what you believe in. So it was all those different things. So now I felt the responsibility. I was like, okay, so now let me actually do what I said I was going to do. Yeah, that's how I felt.
You becoming the Miss Uganda, does it affected you in your social life?
Yes, I think it has affected me. Even during the whole journey of Miss Uganda, it affected me because I now had something to focus on. So it's all the little things that I was doing before. I scaled it down. So obviously going out with people, I didn't do it as much as I was before. So I was like, oh no, I have to rehearse for this, or I have to do this, or I have to go back home and make my creative wear because that took a lot of time. So even throughout the journey, it did affect it. I had to scale back a bit on how often I met my friends. And even now, there's a few appearances, even back in London, a few weekends I'd have appearances and going to different places. So I'd have to change schedules with people and not go out with them on the time that I would normally. So yes, it has affected it. Now, obviously, I'm in Uganda, so I'm not with everybody back home. Being able to keep up messaging and all of those sort of things, that's mainly what I have to do now. So it's still maintaining that relationship, but more on the phone rather than in person. So I feel like that's how it's affected me. But I don't think it's been negative. I think it's just different. Yeah, it's a change to the normal, to the normal life.
How did you adopt the fact that you have to walk away with the crown?
I think for me, it was a journey because obviously once you get crowned, I had never done anything like this before, let alone being actually crowned. So obviously you do appearances. Once you win, you go to different places, people invite you and you wear your sash and crown. And for me, that was very different. It's not like what I experienced before. A lot of times people would be looking at me. I'm thinking, why is everyone looking at me? Forgetting that I have the crown and sash on. Because before I'd just walk around as Faith, just go around, mind my business. But now you have a crown and sash. People actually want to know what is going on. Like what is she? What's the title? So for me, that was an adjustment that I had to make. And obviously being different. But I think as time goes on, you learn how to adapt. And going to schools was amazing, but even the way they treat you, they're so excited. It's almost like you're a celebrity and you've come in, but it's so much fun. So also remembering just who you are, like your person. I have a crown, but I'm still the same person. So just embracing people the way that I normally would. I think that's the best way to go about it. And then media, just being yourself and answering the questions. Yeah, so that's what I'd say is different. It was definitely a change. I had to adapt a lot because I wasn't used to having a responsibility almost, because now even when you go to schools, you have to be an example to the students. So being an example for different people and also always presenting yourself in a clean and nice way, because now you're Miss Uganda, so you can't just rock up in a tracksuit and trainers. So now, have heels and, be classy. So it's a change, but I like it. Yeah.
Have you never forgotten it anywhere?
My crown. No, I haven't, which is good. I have a little case, so every time I finish, I just put it in there to make sure I don't lose it. I haven't lost it. It's too big to lose anyway. You can't lose this. Yeah.
You have the Miss Uganda. Give the viewers the final message.
Final message for the viewers. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to everyone that supported me and been with me along this journey. I definitely say pageantry on a whole is an amazing experience. So all the young girls that want to go out and do pageantry, I know there's so many different pageants here in Uganda. So I definitely say go for it, because you learn so much about yourself as a person and being able to go deeper and speak about things that are important to you as well. So I'd say definitely go for pageantry. Any young girl that's thinking about it, I'd say sign up and go for it. Don't think too much. Have confidence and give yourself grace. I think it's important to give yourself grace. A lot of times we want to be perfect when we start something. Even me, I struggled with that a little bit when I was doing the Miss Uganda process, but I had to remember to give myself grace and be able to know that this is a learning process. It's a journey. We're living life. It's a journey through life. So everything that you're doing, give yourself the grace and the courage to be able to go for it. Take it one step at a time. And of course, vocational skills. That's why I'm here. So everybody be able to learn a vocational skill. I think it's something that everyone should have, because you can always fall back on your vocational skill. No one can take it away from you. So even if you have your degree, I'm an advocate for education as well. But I think vocational skills should always be something that you have on the side. So if you don't get a job straight away, or if you even just want to explore your creativity, you can have that vocational skill like tailoring, baking, or even agriculture. So that's me, Faith Rusoke, and thank you so, so much. And make sure to follow me on social media. You can follow everything that I've been up to here in Uganda at Miss Uganda UK on all social media platforms, and also my personal social media, which is faith.alice. So FYTH ALYCE. So make sure to give me a follow. Thank you.
Mubitegedde naye ekizibu kiri nti nze abibuuzizza kale bwe mba nkubye embogo bw'obitegedde ali eyo kyekibuuzo kyokka. Mubeere bulungi, mweraba.